Okay, friends, I think we are live, and just give me a couple of minutes, guys. I'm just trying to share the URL with everyone so that everyone can join in the stream. So please give me a couple of minutes. Meanwhile, I'll just open up a game here that you can watch, which is the top board, which is going on right now from this 113th Khelo Chess India team battle. And let me just try to share the URL with other team members. Okay, I think we are good, and I'm just trying to make sure that just trying few things, guys. Here, just give me a couple of minutes, please. Hemang has requested. So Hemang, if you're listening right now, just let me know if the voice and video both are clear to you. That will give me some kind of inputs that everything is good. Naveen says, "Hi, sir. Good evening. Good evening, Naveen. Good to see you back on the live stream." And I think the game is still going on. This is not an easy position, guys, to win. I think King A3 is the move here. This is a tricky position. Kushagra says, "Hi, Kushagra. How are you? Hope you're doing well." And yeah, this is a win. I think this, yeah, this and now the pawn will be pushed. And hi, Hemang. Hi, Naveen. Hi, Kushagra, sir. So hi to everyone. Yes, Kushagra, just one shot to 800. Yeah, good spot out there. So I'm just waiting, happy for the 800 subscribers today, and it's actually a great achievement for the channel. So I'm just waiting for that moment. The game is over meanwhile, and we have one of the requests. First request actually coming in from Hemang. So Hemang is the first person to analyze. Let's start with your game, Hemang. And then we have Anonymous, whose game actually we were not able to cover last time because of some technical glitch. So we are really sorry, Anonymous, for that. And Hemang, I'm going to take your game first. So I'm just writing down the list here, which we have to take the games for the analysis. And okay, so okay, so Hemang, let's go for your game. Hemang 123, and this is your, so you're playing one of the first games. So Sanuka. So Hemang, you have just lost the game, but that's fine. That's absolutely okay. Let's check what happened in the game. You are playing from the white side here. You have played pawn to d4, pawn to e6, pawn to e4, and queen to h4. So this is actually not at all a good move. Okay, if you are confused from white side what to play here, this is not at all a good move for black. So knight c3 is the best move. c5 again, it's fine. Knight f3 again, it's best. So you're doing all good here. Nothing to worry about. Knight b5, I think, is not the perfect move here. It's not required as of now. Here, I think you can press for the pawn push. You can try to play pawn to d5, and if it is exchanged, that you can put the knight on d5. So that's fine. But knight b5, I think, is not the best move. You should concentrate on probably playing bishop to g5, queen g6 is forced, and then you can try to play bishop to d3. Try to create this discover attack on the queen. Try to put more pressure on the queen as much as possible. So meanwhile, I can say Naveen is asking for tournament link. So Naveen, the problem is that we are not able to share the link in the chat box of YouTube. YouTube deletes the link, so you have to visit my team page, that is Khelo Chess India. There the list is there, or if someone from who is watching the chat can share the link with Naveen, it would be helpful. Mayank says hi, Mayank. Good to see you. Subhash is back. Subhash, good to see you. Good to see you all back live, guys. I was desperately waiting for this moment to go live from so many days, but I was not able to come online because of my job evening shift. So I was very busy. But today is a holiday, so I'm here for you guys. I can see hello from Suraj Kumar Jena. Hello, Suraj Kumar. Hope you're doing well. Thank you all guys for coming back and watching this live stream. Let's go to the game now. Okay, so knight queen f6 was played. So that is what I was suggesting, Hemang, here, that you could have gone for a move like bishop g5 here, bishop d3. So the point is, whenever the opponent tries to develop his queen initially in the game, you can use it to attack and develop your minor pieces as quickly as possible. For example, if I just put the bishop here, it is forced to go over here on g6. Then I can develop the bishop on d3. And if you look, both our knights, both our bishops are developed in this case, and this gives you an attacking edge, a better position over your opponent. So develop your minor pieces as quickly as possible. NP5 was an adventure here, which you should not go for, Hemak. Don't go for adventures in this case. This is absolute adventure you should avoid. Straight away go for the development. Put the bishop on g5, play bishop d3, and you are good to go. Okay, so remember this next time. Let's quickly see what happened in the game. Knight b5. I'm not happy with knight b5. Monk, so knight a6, pawn e5, queen to f5. We have bishop d3, queen to g4, castles. That is absolutely fine. Pawn takes, pawn h3. So again here pawn h3 is not required. Okay, you can play a move like knight takes d4, or probably you can just try to develop the rook to e1 and try to get the rook to e4, so that you get this tempo, and then you can play this knight takes d4 also. So use the rooks and your other pieces to gain the tempo to get a better position. Don't waste your moves like pawn to h. It is not required at all. Don't move your king side pawns unless it is absolutely necessary. You're exposing your castle for no reason. Okay, let's see what happens. So h3 was played, queen h5, bishop came back to e2, queen to g6, knight takes d4, bishop to c5, bishop to d3, and pawn to f5. Here I think you should have gone for this in passant move. Okay, then queen takes f6 is compulsory, and probably that is a better position for you. And then I think you have this queen h5 check as well. So the move order can be e takes f6, queen takes f6. Queen is compulsory because bishop is attacking the queen there. So Kushagra says, Aditya Gupta says, hi, hello Aditya, I can see. And so Kushagra, you says 800, congratulations. So that's a great achievement for our channel, guys. 800 subscribers we have just reached right now on the live stream. So thank you all for great support. And we are going to still go, we still have to go a long, long way, guys. So, but this is one milestone that we have achieved 800 subscribers. Thank you all for this beautiful support you have been giving me since last few months. I'm really thankful to you guys. Thank you very much. This is a hard work which is really paying off, and it's all because of you. So let's coming back to the game. Thanks Kushagra, thanks once again. And so this is the position, guys, and e takes f6 is what I'm suggesting here. Hemang, e takes f6, queen takes f6 is forced as bishop is attacking the queen, and then e takes f6, queen takes f6. We can give knight c7 check. Okay, knight c7 check, knight takes c7. Then we have this beautiful queen h5 move, checking the king. And if pawn to g6, then we can actually capture this bishop with the queen. And then again, the knight is also attacked. So this is something that you could have tried probably in the game, and then you could have got a better position. Anyways, but you should have tried to exchange here, try to open up the files. Opening up the files is going to give you a better advantage over your opponent. Okay, as his king is stuck in the center, try to open the center here. So knight to b3 was played, then bishop to b6, knight to d6 check, king e7, and bishop takes a6. Even this exchange I think was not necessary right away. And bishop to d2, then bishop to c7, bishop to b4. I can see a comment from Subhash. Subhash says congratulations. Thank you, Subhash, very much. It's all because of your beautiful support out there. Thank you very much, guys. So king moves to now d8, and we have queen to f3. This is a nice move to gain a tempo over here. So not at all a bad move. It's a good move that you can do. I'm just trying to go a couple of moves back here. Uh, yeah, that's okay. Okay, sorry guys. So queen rook to b8, bishop to e3. That is all good. And then bishop takes, and now queen is attacked over here. So probably this is a time where you should use. Okay, so this is a hidden threat that probably you missed. Can see this bishop and the queen are attacking your king side. So this is something I think Hemang you missed in the game. You played queen c3 here, and that is how you lost the game. But you were winning this game. You were on the winning side over here. You just had to play a move like queen g3 here, and that is absolutely fine. You're winning this game. But unfortunately, yeah, you cannot help this. Sometimes you end up doing a blunder and you regret later on in the game. But that's what you have done here. So that's okay. But next time, just try to improve. Don't go for adventures. Try to go for development as much as possible, development of your minor pieces, and as quickly as possible. It is going to help you a lot. Okay, so that's the lesson for you, Hemang. Next time go for development, not for adventures. Let's go back to tournament, guys. And the next game is from Anonymous. Anonymous, let's check your game now. Anonymous, okay. Anonymous is live, and let's check his game. I hope everything is online. Mayank Hinke says, heartier congratulations, sir. We wish you will reach 10 million subscribers. Yes, thanks, Mayank. Thanks a lot. It's all because of you supporters, guys. And Mayank is one of our Khelo Chess India team members, guys. Those who don't know his ideas, MPS Chess, he has also helped our channel a lot, a lot. So thank you, Mayank, to you too for being a part of Khelo Chess India family and helping me to get good support from all the viewers out there. So that's coming back to the. So we are live and we are good. So connection is good, guys. And GM Vishanand's fan chess club has not joined today. I'm really sad about it. Some other team could have been happy there. So Anonymous, we are going to check your game now. Anonymous, yeah, you are playing against, you lost against Abhishek Srivastav. So, Abhishek, this will be covering for your game as well as the Anonymous player game as well. Let's check. And all the Kilo Chess India team members, just remember today, the top 8 members from Kilo Chess India are going to get e certificates from us. As this is a beautiful occasion of 800 subscribers, I am going to give e certificates to all the top 8 members of Kilo Chess India team for today's tournament. So e4 was played by Anonymous, and Abhishek Srivastava is playing from black side. He has played c5, that is a Sicilian defense. Bishop c4, knight c6, knight f3, queen b6, that is okay, knight to g5. So this is where you start taking some adventures. This is absolutely not necessary. Ng5. You should not go for these adventures, guys. I'm telling this again and again. Don't go for this adventure. This never works. Just e6 move and black is safe, absolutely safe. You have wasted one move with your knight. Here you should go for a move like knight to c3, go for pawn d3 so that your bishop can be developed, knight can be developed. So development, development, and development of your minor pieces should be the priority. I am repeating this again and again because many of you players are, I know that you haven't got any coaching, you are learning from yourself, and really, I really appreciate that. But this is a important learning, guys. In the opening, focus more on your piece development. Don't go for adventures like this knight g5. Please, please don't go for that. Go for minor piece development only. Okay, so I'll recommend your knight c3 move to Anonymous. Anonymous, you're really anonymous. I don't know your name, but if you get tell me your name, I can just call it out for all the viewers out there. So knight c3 is something which is better here. Probably knight can go to d5, attack the queen, and the c7 at the same time. So knight c3, I think, is the move which you should have played here. Anyways, you went for knight g5, and you are going to suffer because of this. Let's see. Pawn e6, knight back f3. So you have wasted two moves now. Two moves of knight g5, knight f3. They are not at all fruitful. They have not helped you achieve anything as of now. Don't waste your moves in the opening, guys. Opening is precious. Knight f6, knight c3, bishop e7, castles, h5, rook e1, knight to g5, knight to g4, pawn h3, knight goes back. Again, Abhishek, I think if you're listening to this commentary in future or after the recording, uh, so Kushagara is asking a question. Kushagara says, "Sir, exchanging queen with three pieces, that is bishop, knight, and rook, is good or bad?" So Kushagara, it all depends on the position and your skills of how you can use your three pieces, that is rook, bishop, and knight, against your opponent's queen. If you are excellent in tactics, if you're able to handle the pressure situations, and you know how to not allow your opponent to get a perpetual check. Whenever your opponent is having a queen and he might feel that he is going to lose, so you should be in position to avoid any kind of perpetual check that your opponent can get and get a draw. So you should be having that talent, that skill to identify which tactics you can use with your rook, knight, and bishop. And whenever you are reaching that position wherein you have a chance to exchange your three pieces for a queen, you have to take the judgment. Okay, if the remaining of the three pieces that you have extra versus the queen, which which of these pieces are in better position, those three pieces that you have or that one queen that your opponent has? Three pieces versus that one piece, which is better and which is better placed, which position is very important whenever you take any decision, not just this exchange, but any decision. You should be able to analyze the position, who is better in that position, considering you have three pieces and opponent has one queen. If you feel that opponent queen is not able to get any play and your king is completely safe, there are no checks, king is not exposed to any queen checks, then you can go for exchange. Okay, so that's the answer. You have to understand the position, you have to make sure your king is safe and not exposed to checks. Also, you have to make sure that after some time there is no perpetual available to your opponent. If the perpetual checks are available, he can easily draw with the queen by giving multiple checks. And the next point is that with the three pieces, you can either go for the mating combination or you can go for the pawns. Uh, Again, which when you have an extra pawns, you can go for the queen using your three pieces. So that's your answer, Kushagra. I hope that helps you. And just to give a great point to all the viewers out there, there has been this exchange. This question actually reminds me of one beautiful game played by Nigel Short. Okay, Nigel Short has played a beautiful game against Perk Defense. I don't have it right now, but I'll try to prepare a video on that one day. He has sacrificed his queen for three pieces in the opening itself, and that gives a beautiful example. So, Kushagara, if you are able to find a database, I have given the video on how to use a database. Try to find Nigel Short's game against Perk Defense in that database, and you will be amazed by looking at that game. It is a beautiful game of sacrificing a queen for three pieces right in the opening, which is very rare, and you will really enjoy that game. So go for that game, guys. It is really a learning game. It's a motivating game by Nigel Short. I think he was probably what 14 or 15 years old probably at that time, long back. Okay, so Naveen says, congrats, sir. Thank you, Naveen, very much. Today, I am very happy for 800 subscribers. It's all because of you guys. Thank you very much for being there for our channel and supporting our family from last few months. Thank you very much, guys. So Anonymous and Abhishek, sorry, I'm back to your game. I just took a question in between. So Rook E1 was played here, and after Rook E1, Knight G4 was played. So again, Abhishek, you have just wasted the move with the knight. I think this is not something that you should have done. You should have gone for this D6 pawn. You have to develop this bishop, and then probably you can go for castle or something that you have to do on the center. Probably you have to prepare for this D5 break sometime in the middle game. Okay, so b3 was played here. b3 again, Anonymous, is not the best move. You have to go for d3 like move. If you fear about queen capturing the b2 pawn, you can first play a3. Okay, and then probably you can allow queen takes b2 and then knight a4 will trap the queen. Okay, so that trap you have to learn. Okay, Ashutosh says, great initiative, sir. Listening to you after a so long. Yes, thank you, Ashutosh. Good to see you online. Ashutosh, we have been in contact, I think probably a year or two back, but good to see you online now on the live stream. And you are also congratulating us for 800 subscribers. So thank you very much, Ashutosh. It's because of our beautiful viewers out there that have helped us to get the reach the 800 milestone today. So again, B3 is something that you have to avoid anonymous. Pawn has to be kept on B2 here, and you have to play A3. If the queen captures this b2 pawn, okay, I'm just giving an example, guys. So for example, you play d3 here, and take the bishop out somewhere. Before taking the bishop out, play pawn a3. Okay, then take the bishop out, and now if queen is tempted to capture the b2 pawn, let it capture, because after knight to a4, the queen is going to get trapped. Okay, queen has no space to go, and this is one tactic which very less players teach, and this is something that even your coach might not have taught you till now. So this is one beautiful technique in which you can trap your opponent's queen. Just play pawn to a3, put your bishop to e3, allow him to capture the b2 pawn. Once the pawn is captured, you can just put the knight on e4 and the queen is trapped. Queen cannot go to b3, queen cannot go to b4 because of pawn on a3, queen cannot go to p5 because of the bishop on c4, queen cannot go to b6 because of the knight on a4, and then queen has another diagonal. Queen cannot go to c3 because knight can capture, queen cannot go to d4 because this knight can capture, queen cannot go to e5, this knight can capture. So this is a beautiful trap, guys. You have to remember this. Play pawn to d3, bishop pawn a3, bishop e3, and allow queen to b2. Okay, that is called as the poisoned pawn. And if black consumes this poison, you should be able to trap the queen and get it for free. Not free, but at least for a minor piece. Okay, so Naveen Babu says, suggest best book, sir, to improve opening. So Naveen Babu, I always tell everyone, don't spend any money anywhere. You don't require to spend any money to purchase any book. If you want to learn opening, Leeches is one of the best platforms to learn the opening. Okay, and here is a book option on the right hand side bottom screen. You can see here before, just next to my name. you can see there is a book option. You can use this book option and you can study the opening. Okay, I will prepare a video for you, Naveen, in next week on how you can prepare opening without spending a single rupee just by using this leeches website. Okay, just only for you. So make sure you stay subscribe to the channel and stay tuned on the channel, because next week a video for come with will come to you for this preparation of the opening without spending any money, right from the leeches, absolutely free. Coming the video coming very soon for you guys. Okay, so this is the game, guys, and I think now let's quickly move on to the next. So b3 knight d4 was played. Knight takes d4, e takes c takes d4, and knight to a4. Now even this knight is not very well placed. I think this knight should have gone to the d2 square, e2 square, from where it could have gone to the b3 g3 to probably help you, but this position is not good. p3 is bad position. Okay, so queen c7, pawn to f3, pawn to a6, bishop d3, and if you look at your pieces, they are doing right. They are doing nothing actually. Okay, so you're absolutely messed up in the opening. You have to improve opening a lot, and for that I'll definitely bring a video for you guys. Okay, so rook to e1 f1, bishop to d6, and now there is a not a mate but threat of mate on h2 square. Rook f2, queen check, king f1, queen h1, queen e2, queen takes, and this position was okay for you, Anonymous. This is not a lost position, but let's see what happened in the game. Knight takes pawn to f4, and we have knight takes f4, bishop takes f4, bishop takes f4, rook to e4, bishop to e3, we have bishop to e2, and now pawn to g5, rook to g4, pawn to e5. This rook is now attacked. So now, right now, actually, instead of moving the rook, Anonymous, you should have probably tried to get this rook into the game. Probably you could have played pawn to a4, pawn to a5. So pawn to a4, if pawn to b4, you can put the pawn on a5, take the rook on a4, and try to attack this b4 pawn. Even this knight can go to this c4 square, try to capture the bishop here. If pawn captures, rook captures, you will get an extra pawn. So instead of just moving this rook somewhere on the king side, you should have tried to mobilize this rook. So guys, one more important thing. Okay, so Naveen Babu is saying suggest best book. Okay, thank you, sir. Just now I subscribed. Thank you, Naveen, very much. Your subscription won't go in vain. You will be definitely getting good videos from my side, Naveen, for you. So Anonymous. So okay, I was coming up with one suggestion. Your pieces are a team, guys. Okay, use it as a team. Don't just keep moving one or two pieces to win the game. You have to bring everyone in the game, all the pieces who are sitting anywhere on the board. You have to bring all those pieces in the game. For example, this rook is not going to help you anything in any cause by sitting on a1. So for that, to mobilize the rook, you have to put the pawn on a4, get it exchange, or try to, if the pawn is pushed, try to push the pawn, try to get rook to a4, rook takes b4, rook takes d4. Try to create some kind of play for all the pieces who are not doing anything right now in your position. That is how you win the games. You won't win the game by keeping the rook and pieces inside. This is a critical and very important suggestion that you should never forget, guys. All of your pieces have to participate. So a4 is something that you should have played anonymous in the game. Okay, so I think this is not worth at all now, which what you're trying to do. You're just moving your bishop and rook, which is not going to help you. You should have pushed the pawn and tried to get something in the game out there. Knight to d1, king moves, pawn moves, and then pawn g3. Even now, I think this is just a rook trap. f5 is just trapping the rook. Probably Abhishek, you missed it in the game, but pawn f5, I think, could have just trapped the rook here. Not trapped, rook has some squares to go to this b4 square, but the rook will not be in a better position. Then you can capture the pawn. Rook can go to h8 and try to attack this h3 pawn. So that's the way you should have continued from black side. Uh, which is the best opening for you, for in your opinion, for white and white? As it's question asked by Kushagra. Kushagra, just give me a minute. Let me finish this game, and I'll come to your question. So g3 is played here. King g2, bishop g2, pawn takes, bishop takes, rook moves, pawn g4, and I think this is how it's still evenly balanced. Let's see what happened in the game. So even here, I think this. For anonymous, I think rook takes e5 check was a nice move. If f takes e5, then rook takes rook can be played here. Okay, so you could have got an extra pawn over here. So that is what something you missed. So rook takes e5 was a better move. You missed it. That's okay. But let's check what happened now. Rook check, king moves. Even here, I think king could have captured the pawn. It was an easy move for you. And I think, yeah, ending, I think you have messed up. Yeah. So There were a lot of moves actually for you to win. For example, here this check king takes pawn could have been played. I have told you all the moves, anonymous, where you could have improved. Also, Abhishek have suggested for some improvements to you as well. So let's now go back to the tournament. And meanwhile, there is a question from Kushagara, sir, which is the best opening in your opinion for white and for black? So, uh, okay, so so now, okay, so coming to the question, guys, which is the best opening? It depends upon your style of play. Okay, if I like to play open openings, I should go for e4. From black side, I can go for c5 Sicilian defense, or if the opponent plays d4, I can go for the Queen's Gambit declined, or if even if I can go for the Benoni. I like to open the open. I like open positions. So if you like open positions, you can go for the e4 opening from white side, and from black side, you can go for Sicilian. You can go for Caro Khan. Caro-Kann again, it will allow white to play the advanced variation, which might lock up the position. So Sicilian is one of the best openings for e4, e5. Even if you are able to open up the position, it can be a good choice of openings. If the opponent plays d4, you can always go for the England gambit if you want to completely play the open opening, that is d4 e5, which is again not the best continuation, but if you like to play open games, d4 e5 you can go for, or even if you go for Queen's Gambit decline, that is fine. Now, if you like the closed openings, you don't like to open up very quickly. So from white side, you can go for the for closed openings. The best option is you can go for London system, which is closed opening from white side. It doesn't open up the position very quickly. If you like closed positions from black side, against e4, you can go for French defense. You can go for Caro Khan. Against d4, you can go for King's Indian, which is a closed opening. There are no open files. So it depends upon your style of play, which kind of positions you like to play more, open positions or close positions. I think that will answer your question, Kushakra. And Naveen Babu is asking, exchange pieces and converting endgame is good, sir. So Naveen Babu, before you exchange, always you have to have a good understanding of what ending is going to appear. If the ending is in your favor, yes, you should go for it. If ending is not in your favor, you should not go for the exchange. You should avoid the ending altogether. One of the conditions is you can have extra pawn, you can have extra piece. If you have extra pawn or extra piece, go for the exchanges. Ending is going to be in your favor. If you are pawn down, if you are piece down, don't go for exchanges. Go for a mating attack. Create a mating attack. That depends on your decision, Naveen Babu. Exchanging the pieces or not depends upon what situation you are in. If you are pawn up, piece up, go for exchange. If you are pawn down, piece down, don't go for exchange. That's your answer. The next question is, sir, you make middle game and end game video series. So Subhash, the reason why I'm not making middle game and end game videos is there are around 20 new videos every day on YouTube. I check channels, YouTube channels every day for the new content, new material. So there are almost 10 to 20 videos daily which are coming up, which are on the opening, middle game, end game. Okay, and if I add to that video my video, it is something that which is already there somewhere on the YouTube, and I'm copying and creating a new content. Whenever I want to create a content, it has to be unique, which no one has created till now. It has to be one unique content which I should be able to create, and that uniqueness actually makes the channel better than other channels out there. So if you are requesting, I will try to make it, but I generally avoid making the videos on the common topics which are already available on the a YouTube channel. Probably I can make a video on which videos you can refer to learn the middle game and the end games. So that is something that I can plan for in future, to make a video for your references of the middle game and end game ideas. I'll try for that. Thanks for your Subhash for your suggestion. I'll think about it, but I'll try to make something for you to learn about middle games and end games in the coming few months. Okay. So let's go back to the okay, so Hemang, we have analyzed your game. Anonymous, we have analyzed your game, and okay, there are no requests, no more requests in the chat section. Probably people are not aware that we are live today, so they are not requesting. But let's see. Uh, let's see in the comment section. I think there is no one who has requested. So what I can do is I can take the top game from the top game which is going on. We can see Eklavya playing from this BCC team versus the Speed like they both are playing in the berserk mode. That's good to see. And let's quickly see what happened in the opening. So knight f3 was played by the 2400 player. Knight f3, pawn e6, pawn c4, pawn d5, pawn d4, pawn c6, queen to c2, knight to c, knight to d7, and then we have bishop to f4, knight f6. So this is absolutely okay, guys. This is a kind of a Slav defense that black is trying to go into, and Subhash says, thank you. You're welcome, Subhash. Naveen says, if the king only reminds how many moves to make. So 50 moves is the rule, Naveen Babu. I'll bring that. I think there is a arbiter's manual. There is one video that I have created, arbiter's manual. Every player should download that PDF, which is absolutely free on the website, FIDE's website, and you should read that manual. It has given each and every rule that is there in the book. That is your reference guide. Okay, so just check my videos on. You can, if you go to my videos, you will find one video on arbiter's manual. Okay, it was probably released 2 months back, 2 or 3 months back. I have explained you how you can download the arbiter's manual, and that arbiter's manual is the manual which even arbiters or the referees, we can say, in the chess refer to give any kind of decision. Okay, so you have to read that manual. So 50 moves is the rule, and there are some conditions which I cannot explain right now because it might consume some time. But you can go on that web video. You will understand how to download that PDF. Download that PDF and read it. This is my request to all the players out there, guys. Please read the arbiter's manual. It's absolutely free on the website. Just check my video. I will try to put it up in the description box, in the I button, after the recording is complete. And then you can click on this I button and you can watch, or you can go and check my videos in the list. You will find the video which is named as arbiter's manual. Please watch that video, guys. So that is the answer for you, Naveen Babu. 50 moves. That is the basic condition. There are some other conditions also. Okay. No, rules cannot change. As of now, the rules are stagnant, and if there are any changes, FIDE releases a new arbiter's guide to everyone so that you can refer the new set of rules. Okay, and changing the basic rules of game is not recommended. No one changes the basic rules of game, Naveen Babu. They are always fixed right from the beginning of last couple of years. There were some minor changes, but not to the basic rules of chess. Okay, so the game is finished. Let's check what happened in the game. So we were at probably, yeah. So this was the position. Okay, this was the position, guys. Knight c3, bishop b4, pawn e3, knight e4, rook to c1, queen to a5, and bishop to d3, pawn to f5, castles, and bishop takes c3, b takes c3, and castles. Now, if you see that this is a Dutch defense position, or the stone wall, we can say, wherein f5 is played as the first move, then pawn e6 is played, pawn d5 is played, and pawn c6 is played. But the challenge over here is this bishop. If you are not able to develop this bishop, and if you are not able to use this bishop, you are probably going to end up losing very soon. Okay, so let's see what happened in the game. This bishop is going to be the huge problem in the position right now. So c takes d5, e takes d5, pawn to c4, knight to f6, and rook to d1, bishop to e6, and now we have knight to e5. So bishop luckily is out, but still it is not an active bishop which will help to attack. So d takes c4, bishop takes c4. Finally, the bishop is off the board. Knight takes c4, queen to d8, and now pawn to f3, pawn to g5. I think this is something which is not recommended. Pawn g5 and exposing your king in this way is not recommended for to anyone actually, unless you are sure that you are getting some piece or you are getting at least some kind of tactics thereafter. So g5 was not recommended here. Probably this is the beginning where black started losing the grip on the game. Pawn g5, bishop to e5, and pawn to b5, pawn takes, and queen takes check. And I think this is, yeah, so this is the blunder, guys. Okay, pawn b5 is blunder, because if you look at the position, pawn c6 is going to be the long-term weakness here. And what about this f takes e4? Are you willing to give away your pawn here, the position? Okay, so this moves have to be avoided, like pawn to b5, and instead of these moves, you should have tried to develop the rook to c8, and then probably you can try to play c5 as well. Right now, first of all, you have to save your knight, and I think it has no square to go. So probably that is the reason why the b5 was forced here. and the g5 is the only reason actually this is what has happened. If you don't play g5 here, f3 probably right now. F3, I think this f3 knight is already trapped, and there is no way that it can be saved. Yeah, so I'm sorry for the bad analysis, guy. I think f3 is already trapping the knight. So this is where actually you started losing the grip on the game. So bishop takes, knight takes, and queen d8. Queen d8 probably, yeah. So this is the blunder, guys, wherein d takes c4 was played, and this f3 is something which is unstoppable now. Okay, so let's go a couple of moves here. Bishop takes, and here I think instead of capturing the bishop, knight d5 might have been better move. Okay, knight d5 here, trying to attack this bishop. So bishop g3 was forced, and then probably this knight could have gone to f6. So I think that might have created some kind of fortress or some kind of position which black might have able to hold on. But this bishop takes c4, knight takes c4 is absolutely losing now, because f3 is going to trap your knight, and g5 just desperate moves which are finally going to end up in a loss now. So let's quickly check what happened. So with this beautiful pawns out there, I think it's difficult for black to survive. Pawn h5, rook takes c6, and I think now the game is almost over. Yeah, here the black resigned. Let's go back to tournament, guys. So no more requests. So let's try to pick up the next. Mm, okay, so let's try to play a game, guys. Okay, I'll just try to play a game from Khelo Chess India, unless you have some request to get your game analysis analyzed. Uh, okay, I'm just waiting. Just give me a minute, guys. So I'm back. Just wanted to have a sip of water. I'm just waiting for the game to get assigned. So I've got a game now, and it's against Sumindana. It's Let's try to play the Berserk mode. Pawn d4. So all the players who like to play close opening, let me demonstrate how you can play a close opening. This is your London system that I'm trying to play here. I am not the best player of London system, but I'll just demo it to you how you can play this opening. Okay, so you have to develop the bishop here. You have to take the pawn to e3, then put your knight on f3, and then you have to play the move like c3. So everything is closed. It's not open, and it's not easy for black to just exploit this opening right away. Okay, let me play pawn to h3. Now this knight is under attack, and whether this knight goes to h6, I can just capture the knight on h6 here. Okay, and knight f2. That's a blunder, guys. King takes f2. I'll just try to quickly finish this game as early as possible. I want to play against a high rated opponent out there. So Srikara says okay, Srikara actually missed that. He was not sure if uh, his team was added here. So Srikara, I'm not sure how was the miscommunication, but I think the team should have participated and played today. Uh, Anonymous, I think we have analyzed all the games. Okay, Sumidana is not making any move. So Hemang says, so Hemang, you have to send your name and your ID on my ID, that is Khelo Chess India or Simple Player 100, either of them. And soon I'll be publishing a blog tomorrow or on Tuesday with the top 8 players, and there you will find a certificate which you can download from directly from my blog website. Okay, that's the answer for you, Hemang. And Pontics has been played here. Oh, I'm losing on time. Okay, I was just distracted because of this chat. Let's try to play fast now. Check, and let's put this knight on. I think castles will be the next move. King moves. Okay, queen check. Queen h6. Queen f4. No, queen d2. Yeah, queen f4. Just 30 seconds, guys. I have to play really fast now. I think this should be a nice route for the knight, or here somewhere. Bishop moves. Let's just put my knight here on e3. Okay, no particular threat. Let's just put the knight again on c2 and get this knight into the game. Oh, why I'm not capturing the bishop? I'm pretty distracted about the time pressure. Sorry, guys. This bishop is simply hanging. I'm missing it. And he saves the bishop. Okay. So now let's go for this king safety first. 22 seconds. Now you can see the f6 pawn is weak. So probably I should double up in the f file and try to attack the f6 pawn twice or thrice here. So chatting or commentating and uh, playing at the same time is very difficult, guys. It's very difficult. Okay, let me just put the knight. Oh, sorry. I'm not sure why I played this move. Pawn takes, and this knight should come to e3 now. Now the f6 is attacked. So rook moves. I could have captured the rook as well. I'm not playing well today, guys. I think 5 seconds I'm going to lose this one on time. Check. Just 4 seconds on the clock. Let's try to pin the rook. Okay. I think rook f7 is mate. Rook f7, queen h7 is check and mate. Yeah. Yeah, a lucky win for me on last few seconds. Let's go back to tournament, try to play another game. Okay, I got one more game against Sultan Khan. So let's try to play e4 this time. Last game I played d4. This time let's try to play e4. Pratham says hello. Hello Pratham, good to see you on the live stream. I'm just trying to play a few games. If you're playing, just let me know. I'll try to analyze your game as well, Pratham. I'm just trying to convert this into Kaiko piano if possible. Let's play h3 first. Let's try to go for some adventure, guys. Now knight e5 is possible unless black plays bishop d6. Long castle I think will be the next move. By probably playing rook takes e4 then. Okay, so less commentary, guys. I have to think a bit more here, and Okay, I think queen takes d3 is now possible. The pawn is pinned. Long castles, and now I think I can go for queen e3. Ah, e4 was hanging. No, e4 was not hanging because queen e4 could have been met with rook to e8, and then the queen is attacked. So queen takes queen can be answered by rook takes rook check, and then queen takes queen. So I might have lost my rook out there. So pretty safe now. Let's try to capture the pawn with the knight. f5 is something that is expected now. Okay, knight f6 was played, and now I think I can play pawn a4, try to attack on the queen side. So any questions, any queries? Meanwhile, you can ask us on the live stream, and then knight c4. I'll just try to exchange the bishop here. I hope guys the video is still live without any problems. Just let me know if you are facing any issue. Is the stream still happening, guys? Is it stuck somewhere? Just let me know, guys, please. On f5, now I can play bishop here. The threat is to capture the a7 pawn. Okay, and now I think I can play rook to. I think there is some problem with the stream, guys. Let me check again. Uh, okay. So let me pause and go back to tournament. Let's just quickly check. I think it's the stream has stopped.